Hello YouTube, this is Golden Email 1 here, and today we are back with another episode of Getting Better, the series where I break down my gameplay, explain what I do, and highlight the positives and negatives of each decision. So jumping right into it, I land in my favourite location, being Lazy Links, but in particular this building which I like to call Golf Store, since there are 2 possible chest spawns, 2 floor loot spawns, and a ammo box. I waste no time and leave heading south to this building I like to call Garage, and as I approach I hear someone outside. I decide to pickaxe into the building to engage them, and I see my opponent come out the door, so I chop him down with the pistol. I then move into the golf club to search for some chests, and notice what I do. I protect my rear and my sides, and I suspect that I'm not the only one here, and I had someone with a sniper aiming on me. Once I spot them, I threw one clinger instead of shooting, since I knew that my opponent would be pre-aiming on me and I would lose the trade-off if I used my assault rifle. I threw a couple more clingers and one of them stuck onto my opponent, weakening them, but as we ramp up I Harry Potter myself, so I now want to slow down the pace of the fight by being patient and playing the low ground warrior role. Whilst looting the roofs, I remembered a stink bomb was lying around, so I went back to pick that up, and at this stage I'm almost waiting for my opponent to make a move, and when I hear that they do and they've jumped down, I'm only greeted with some stink bombs. So I pickaxe my way out to throw some of my own, and I did this to give myself a chance to ramp up and contest for the high ground. However, I believe that I should have done this a lot quicker and protected my ramps a lot better. I'm then suppressed with the SMG, causing me to come to a halt, but I stay there and get a nice shotgun shot off. Now I know that he is really low in health, but I drink a mini for the extra buff. However, whilst I'm doing this, my opponent is getting away with a medkit. So if I had pushed a lot sooner after taking my mini, I could have ended this fight a lot quicker. I mess up with my weapon switching here, but I do get away with this one. Next up, I noticed someone with balloons. I could have shot the balloon out, but I decided not to because I felt like he wasn't high enough for me to get some full damage on him, which is why I went for the straight shots instead. We have a very little standoff, and as soon as I notice that they start building, I push since I know that my opponent is distracted with that building, and again Harry Potter and myself, but I keep moving forward only to stop and put a ceiling for protection. Now what I tried to do here was utilise a bloom advantage by pre-aiming, but I messed this up and played defense until I noticed that she's dropped down, so I build up to get the advantage. I take a big pot to drink, but before doing so I should have walled up for protection just in case of a third party. I see my opponent starting to build up, so I shoot them down, but as she maneuvers I make a quick edit to see if I can get an angle, which I don't, but get a quick shotgun shot in. At this stage I'm waiting for the window edit, so I adjust my aim to the centre of the wall and get the elimination. I should have used my AK in this situation, and I also assumed that the central window edit was the one that was going to be made, so things could have gone wrong if another window or another edit was made instead. Towards the end of the game I spot someone rushing to me on foot, but I mess up my jumps, but I do manage to get a hit and I get another with my shotgun. I know that my opponent is extremely low, so I continue to track him and keep him the high ground, but I fail to get an angle to finish it. Now during this fight I hear a third party, so I box up and try to scout the area, which does give my original opponent some time to heal. Now once I hear that chest being opened, I got back down and put pressure on him to finish the job. So now I'm in a 1v1 situation, so I box up again to scout, and when I hear the grenade launcher coming in, I start to work my way down since I don't want to receive any full damage. But when I hear him starting to build up, I do the same to control the high ground. Now I miss a lot of my shots whilst I'm up here, and if you guys got any tips for aiming downwards, then please let me know in the comments down below, as I do struggle with this aspect of the game. At this point, I believe my opponent is pickaxing the structure down, plus the zone is closing any second now, so I make my way down only for them to start building up again. Now I stay hidden and ready, expecting them to do the same, but I hear the building above me, and there's only one thing that's on my mind: to shoot that structure down. Now it's my last bullet that makes the connection just before I get into cover and I get the victory royale. Now, although I won this match, there are some things that I could have done better, and if you guys have noticed anything that I didn't mention or want to expand on a point that I've raised, then please let me know in the comment section down below. In my second game, I land at Dusty Divot and I hear someone moving around. So I pre-aim where I believe they would be, but miss some vital shots, so I back out to the high ground and try to shoot through their window, only to get shot myself. Here I should have taken a mini, but again, my opponent is trying to rush me, so I build up and land a shot and follow up with the AR. However, from watching this clip back again, when I built outside with the metal ramps, I should have stayed up there to fire down onto my opponent, as the suicide shotgun jump was very risky. I then find someone inside one of the air bases, so I throw some stickies, hoping for one of them to connect, but in comes a third party, and I notice that I'm not going to win the high ground fight, so I box up and wait. When he starts shooting my wall, I make a move to try bait him in one direction, only to go in the other way, but my focus now is to make sure that I don't take any damage from those clingers. Once again, I jump off from the high ground, which wasn't needed, but luck was on my side until another player comes in, and it was a poor decision to heal in a 1v1, which was like half inside the ground, and I get punished as my opponent knocks down my door and lays down the law. My last game comes in at Snobby Shores, where I have the high ground and I'm aware of two players. One of them tries to build up to me, so I shut them back down. Meanwhile, the third player tries to make a push for the high ground, so I counter that by staying low but taking peek shots. Now, whilst all this is happening, I know that as soon as I eliminate that third player, the original player will spring into action, so I immediately kickstart myself for the second fight. I hear footsteps below me, so I drop down and take some time to get some shots in. I get a third kill here and I get very lucky with it. It's safe to say that I underestimated my opponent, and one more hit with that heavy pump shotgun would have sent me back to Season 2. I missed too many shots and my aim is something that I am continuing to work on. In this engagement, I was distracted by someone off in the distance until I hear another player gliding in, so I ramp up, but I knew as soon as I built these ramps I failed to protect them, so I was on my way down. I mess up big time here by giving my opponent the ultimate high ground until a lovely plane comes in, chops me up, and I land right next to my opponent, and it's game over. So yeah guys, that does conclude this episode. I believe that there were two main points for me to take away from this session. Firstly, if you have high ground, keep it. There's no reason to jump down and get up close and personal unless the opponent is literally one hit. Secondly, when ramping with anything, always build protection for that ramp, and I know how to do the basic wall floor ramp protection, but I need to start using it in every move I make in this game. But if you guys have spotted anything that I've missed out on, then please let me know in the comment section down below. Do I need to be more patient or more aggressive? Should I be more conservative with my building? Feel free to criticize anything at all in the comment section down below. But I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're new to the channel, why not subscribe to receive some more golden quality content. But nonetheless guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.